Hey, hello, hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Gantha. Today we are going to discuss about the interview practice question for the load runner tool because so many of people's asking that question like when I am going to share the interview question video. Today we are going to discuss the parts three. Like already I discussed two part for the interview practice session. So if anyone missed, then you can go on the playlist of the load runner tutorial and you can watch that video. And please, if anyone missed the subscription of that channel, please subscribe the channel and share the videos to your friend and colleague. Let's start the. Today I'm going to discuss the 10 interview questions which most of the organization and most of the interviewer is asking on the first round of the discussion. So the first thing is like what is the performance testing and what is the performance engineering. Like what we need to reply to the interviewer, like the performance testing include the testing life cycle, like from the requirement gathering to test execution and the report generation activity. So all those testing life cycle is comes under the performance testing, but the performance engineering, like where we are going to find out the bottlenecks, and according to those bottlenecks we are going to provide the solutions. How can we identify and how can we fix those issues? That is comes under the performance engineering. Okay, the next question is like explain the performance testing life cycle. So the performance testing life cycle is like sorry. So the first thing is like the system analysis. System analysis is nothing like where we are going to extract the requirement gathering informations, like about the application, how much load we need to put, how many number of users we need to do the execution. All those things comes under the system analysis, a requirement gathering part. The second thing is comes under the planning phase. Okay, so planning is like the create the virtual users. We are going to create the virtual script using the Vusion option. Then we are going to define the user behavior. So that is nothing like where we are going to set the runtime settings. There we can change the think time, we can change about the pacing value. So some of the information which is needful for the runtime settings that we need to do. Fourth one, our script has been modified according to the runtime settings and the requirement. Then we are going to create the scenario using the load and controller, a performance center, any of the one tool we can use to set up that one. And the last fifth things, we are going to run the load test scenario. So after creation of the scenario, we need to do the execution and we need to do the monitoring. And the last step, like when we are going to complete the test, we need to analyze the result and we need to prepare the report. So those are the six steps comes under the performance testing life cycle. Okay, the next question is like how can we identify what value we need to correlate and what value we need to parameterize. Whenever I was taking the interview, even whenever I just take the mock session of the interview also, so many people are giving the answers, but like sometimes I'm not getting the proper response. So the best word which we can put is like the if any of the values changing dynamically according to a iteration. Like for example, for first iteration your session id is 1234, maybe on the second iteration the session id is 7892. So that means every iteration your dynamic value is there. So to capture those dynamic value, we need to use a correlation. And the second is the parameterization. So parameterization is nothing like whatever the value, whatever the data is going to input by the user, here the hard coded value is known as a parameterization. The fourth question is like what is the parameterization and what is the use of that parameterization. So the parameterization is nothing like which I already discussed, the hard coded value within the scripts we need to do the parameterization. And why we are using that, because whenever we are recording the script, then we are going to use only one set of the data, but on the realistic scenario we need to execute with a multiple test user. So to simulate the application behavior in the like realistic behavior, we are going to use the parameterization. The fifth question is like how to each step validated in the script. So other way the interviewer can ask the question like if suppose you completed your recording, now you need to validate your script, like each scripts you are getting the appropriate response or not, you are landed to the proper page or not. So how can we validate on the load runner? So there is a two option. One is the text check validation and second is the image validation. So the text check, like if we need to validate any of the text string on the web page, then we are going to use the text check. And if suppose we need to validate like if suppose we click on any of the tab, any of the option, and there the image is going to download, then we need to check using the image validation to verify the image is loaded properly or not. So the sixth question is like, what is the difference between pacing and think time? So that is the common question which most of the interviewer is asking. The pacing is nothing like the time taken between one iteration and end of the one iteration and start of the second iteration. That is the known as the pacing. And the think time is nothing like the delay between end of the one transaction and start of the new transaction. Okay. Now, the seventh question, during the load testing, what is the optimum setting for the log? See, whenever you are going to validate your script for one user, two user on inside the VueGen, that is fine. You can enable your log and all those things. But whenever you are going to do the load testing, then only you need to select the option like the send message only when the error occurs. So what it will do, whenever the load testing will be go on execution level for 1 hour 2 hour steady state, so only it will extract the log if any error will be there. Otherwise with the working logs it will not extract, so your memory consumption will be saved there. So that's the reason we need to use the option like the send a message only when error occurs. Okay, now that is an important question. Why I took that one? Because there sometimes the people are asking the question like that way, and sometimes they are asking the question as the like what is the error handling in the load runner script. So both way you can reply the same answer. So suppose what they are telling, you have the one application that shows the exam result of the student, and corresponding student mention like how many people is the pass and fail with the labeling name is the pass and fail. So how can we identify in the script total number of pass and fail student? So what we need to do, we are going to use a fabric texture point, and we are going to match with the pass and fail as a safe count. So with the safe count, it will store the safe count value, and then easily we can identify how many number of pass and how many number of fail people is there. So like for example, if I use the fabric find so text equal to pass and the safe count is pass student, so what it will do in your page, it will check how many times the pass text is equal to pass match, and that count will be saved under the pass underscore student. The same thing for the fail, it will check on your web page how many times the fail occur, and it will save under the fail underscore student. So those are the 8 questions which I want to give the response to you for the discussion. Okay, now here are the two questions for you guys, and you need to comment on the below what should be the answer for that. One is like the commonly loaded function which you used, and the last question which is the most important also, like what are the scripting challenges you faced. So just comment on the comment box those answers, and I will also suggest you the some common answers for those, so it will be help to everybody. And please comment on the comment box like if that practice session video is helpful for you on the interview basis. Okay. So thank you so much. Thanks to all for keep love my videos and support. And please share the videos to your friend and colleague. And soon we will come on the some another video session about the like the same load runner tutorial with the part 4, where we are going to discuss about the second round of the discussion on the performance testing level. Okay. So where we are going to discuss about the some workload modeling questions. Then we will discuss about some analysis related defect, if DB issue is there. So all those questions we will cover on the next part of the part number 4. Okay, so thank you so much. Thanks to all.